I was muted. I was muted. I'm sorry. But welcome to the stream, everyone. I greatly appreciate you guys stopping by. We are here for the AEW Rampage post show. Thank you guys so much. Also, we did a SmackDown and Rampage watch along on YouTube on my gaming channel. Thank you, everyone who tuned in for that. I actually had a lot of fun, to be honest with you. Rampage was a little chaotic, trying to like listen and chat and like take screenshots and post everywhere, but I had a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out for that. And now we're going to do, this is probably going to be a quick little show, honestly. because we did a watch along, and not a lot happened on tonight's show, but what did happen is ungodly important. Ungodly important. CM Punk is back in the ring. CM Punk is officially all elite. And CM Punk seems to have his eyes set on Darby Allin. Darby Allin for All Out. CM Punk, Darby Allin. All Out. You love to see it. I'm so excited. I don't know about you guys, but this is all I needed. Honestly, like I said earlier, I honestly, I wouldn't have cared if they would have canceled everything else and they would have just had CM Punk come out there and talk for an hour. Like, that would have been completely fine with me. And actually, I'm going to move this stuff around a little bit, so it's not so, that way I can be looking somewhat at the camera as well. I'm still not used to this camera position up here. It's weird. Thanks everyone for giving me this type of reaction. Welcome to the chat, CM Punk. Hey man, people are trying to buy your shirts and they just can't do it. They can't do it. My bro says Big Show match, CM Punk match. Oof, man, I'm not looking forward to that Big Show match, but you know what? It's all good. Oni said, or sorry, One-Eyed Goat says, stopped watching wrestling for years when Punk left. We back though. Well, welcome back, my friend. CM Punk is all elite. CM Punk is all elite. I can't believe it. Like, I knew that this was coming. I believed that this was coming. But man, it hits different. It hits real different, doesn't it? It feels weird. Hoodie says Father AEW has finally returned and CM Punk returned is, wait for it, such good shit. I don't have headphones on, so hopefully that works. Perfectly fine. Bo says there was a dude in tears. That's how you know AEW knows what they're doing, right? They did. They really did. They made this debut perfect. Absolutely perfect. This couldn't have been done any better. This is what I always ask for. This is what I always want to see. Like, you don't have to announce everything all the time. Like, you don't have to tell people. They did enough to get us excited, the people that trust them. They got us excited enough to know what was happening, but they also caught the curiosity of everyone else. Where, you know, they had all those people. So here's the thing. This is what I've been saying for like 2 weeks, a week now, whatever. The people, the hardcores, the AEW hardcores, we knew it was coming. We have our faith in AEW. We know that they're not going to jerk us around. We know that we're not going to get CM Punk theme music tonight and MJF coming out. We know that. We know that. We trust them enough for that. But the people who are maybe casuals or they don't tune in very much, or they just kind of pay attention on that, you know, they're used to that WWE conditioning where they're like, they're gonna fuck us. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna fuck us. That's what they always do. And it's not actually gonna happen until he's in the middle of the ring. So you had these people, you know, that were that, and then, you know, those other people were like, well, Punk's never gonna show up. Never. He's never gonna show up. He's never gonna return to the ring. It's over. If he was gonna return, he would return to WWE. Yeah, those people as well. But you know what all three groups of those people had in common? They were all watching. They were all watching. We were all watching because we knew what was coming. The casuals, they were watching because they weren't certain. And the haters, if you will, for lack of a better term to call them, they were watching as well. And it happened. They kicked off the show with it. That's all we needed. The rest of the show, it was meh at best. But none of it matters. None of it matters. Like I said, CM Punk could have went out there, sat down in the middle of the ring, and talked to the crowd for an hour. No one would have complained. Would have been the best show, 10 out of 10. Rampage would have been the best wrestling show this week. That's it. It's a wrap. Lots of AEW content tonight. Yeah, man, we're just getting started. We are just getting started. I'll talk about that as well. Warrior says this all still feels so unreal. I know, man. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Elver, how you doing, my friend? Says it's good to have CM Punk back in the wrestling industry, and it's great to see you doing a post show again. I missed them. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I've been I've been taking a little bit of a break, trying to get all this stuff figured out and get my new setup underway, and You know, I think I'm finally at a position where I think that it's like decent. I'm still not. I don't like this. I'm not. I don't know. A couple people have said they really like this camera setup, but I don't know if it's. I don't know. Like I still feel like when I'm talking, I should be like this, and I should be like looking dead straight into the camera. So I don't know. This kind of feels a little bit weird. Am I covering SummerSlam and Takeover? Yes. Yep. So there's going to actually be a watch along for SummerSlam and a watch along for Takeover and a post show for both of them as well. Lots of content this weekend. Lots of hanging out. Rice says your voice is very good. You should start a YouTube channel. This is a YouTube channel. RS says I watched AEW since the first Double or Nothing. Nice, man. Nice. How was that? I'm so happy. You know, I'm happy that I was at the first Double or Nothing, but I'm really mad that I skipped out on All In. I was like, you know, it's gonna be a cool wrestling moment, All In, but I was a fool. I was a damn fool, man. A damn fool. I should have went. But yeah, my fiance and I, we usually try to make it to Double or Nothing every year, and I don't know, maybe All Out is just gonna be a thing too. Maybe we'll go to those. Hopefully the Royal Rumble as well. But if it's gonna be in St. Louis, I don't know about that because the flight stuff for that is terrible. Yes, CM Punk. Yes. Am I gonna be at All Out? Yes. I will be at AEW Rampage the Friday before. I will be at FanFest for both nights, and I will be at All Out on Sunday as well. Be there for the whole thing, and maybe more. We'll talk about it later. Can we get the hair reveal? I mean, it's just hair. I mean, it's just hair. Let's see here. Elvis says, now that I think about it, you could be a great commentator for AEW or any wrestling company you enjoy watching. I would love to. I would love to be like a heel commentator, but like not just like a normal one. Like I just want to like straight up bury people. That's what I want to do. I want to be like, man, you see this man's Baron Corbin, bum ass Corbin. You see this guy coming to the ring, but this guy hasn't won a match in 4 months. This guy doesn't have enough to do his laundry. He can't even buy another t-shirt. He stinks. Like I just want to bury people. That'd be so much fun. It's so much fun. Wally says, honestly hope Brock and Becky return to make this weekend better. Yeah, they need to do something at SummerSlam, man. They got to do something at SummerSlam. Got to. You know, I'm still wondering if SummerSlam is going to get hijacked. I feel like it very well could. The son of Michael Cole. I'm very curious to see what happens to Adam Cole. Very curious to see what happens to Adam Cole. What about Daniel Bryan rumors? So, from what I understand, take this as more rumors, but from what I understand, he is officially signed. It is done. The deal is done. Everything's ready to go. Oh, dude, my camera's doing that stupid thing again. All right, hold on. I have to have the camera off for a second. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's like malfunctioning. So we're gonna chill like this for a moment, I guess. Actually, you know what we can do? Oh no, that's the wrong one. So we got to chill in here. My apologies, but we just got to chill here for a second. How's it going, DNM? How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. La, how you doing as well? The one and only detective. Has been a long time since I've been here. It's good to be back. It's been a while since I've been here, man. It's been a month. I haven't been here in a month. Christian says, bro, don't forget Daniel's coming too. Yes. Yeah. So about the Daniel Bryan situation, from what I understand, a deal is done. Everything is good to go. They're just waiting for the day. And that day is the AEW Super Show in New York, the Arthur Ashe show. That is going to be where he makes his debut. And man, that is, oh man, like it's so crazy to me that like this stuff is actually happening. It's insane. Like it's so hard to believe. The Danielson rumors are less believable because AEW itself hasn't been alluding to him. Yeah, it's because, you know, there's Punk first. I'm sure that is something that we're going to see now going forward. Okay, we should be good, right? Hey, there we go. Yeah, we're back. Until it does it again. I don't know why there's like a sensor thing that you have to turn off or something when it's on for too long. History has been made for sure. Yeah, man. The shift is happening in professional wrestling, to say the least. CM Punk overshadowed everything and everyone. Yeah, I think that was to be expected. I think that's why they put the card out that they did. And I mean, the tag team match was good. The Jade Cargill and Kiera Hogan stuff was dark stuff. So I don't know. AEW is officially on top. Yeah, to me, they've been on top for a while, if I'm being honest. And that's not to be rude, but that's just what I prefer. That's just for me. Yeah, we have some people, man. Bryan Danielson coming up. We got to figure out the fate of Adam Cole. That's coming soon. As of like Sunday, after NXT TakeOver 36, Adam Cole's a free man. And okay, here's the crazy thing. Not that he would show up on Dark or anything like that, but Adam Cole could show up on Monday at an AEW event. Oh, I guess Dark is taped, so that wouldn't really work. But I guess he could show up on Dynamite. There'd be no non-compete. He'd be ready to go. So man, Adam Cole is one of the best wrestlers in the world, if you ask me. So like, not securing that man's to a contract is crazy, and just letting him work on a handshake deal or whatever it is that they have, crazier. I would never let that happen with someone of that caliber, ever. Mian says you're the best content creator out there, man. No one can beat you. Best wrestling podcaster out there. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I do a lot. Thank you. It's been an interesting journey, to say the least. And I'm just getting started, by the way. Hopefully I'll have some good news next week. Hopefully, that I can share with everyone. I don't want to jump the gun, but we'll talk about it when it happens. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed for me. This is why we watch professional wrestling. It is. This is it. This is one of those huge moments that we'll never forget. It was a lot of fun. Cole to SmackDown. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but like, I want Cole to go to AEW. Like, oh God, what am I doing? I want Punk to go to AEW, or sorry, not Punk, Jesus. I want Cole to go to AEW. I do. I think he'll fit in perfectly there, and I think it'll be more of a fit for what the type of wrestler he is. All of his friends are there. And I mean, the thing for Cole too that kind of is crazy is that a lot of his friends are in AEW, but he has a ton of friends in WWE as well, like with all of the up down down stuff and the party and all of that. But Adam Cole likes streaming as well, and that's not something that they're gonna like on the main roster. So it's just kind of like a head explosion. How many views do I think Rampage will do tonight? I don't know. I would assume over 1 million. Over 1 million. I definitely think it's going to be Dynamite for sure. And then Dynamite's going to have a lot of viewers as well. Cause you know, we'll have those, like I was saying earlier, how there's like those 3 groups of people, right? Where, you knew he was coming, you weren't sure, or you said he wasn't. All of those people are also tuning in next week and more, because it did happen and they're going to be watching. They're going to see what's going to happen next. Now to compete with AEW, WWE is just going to bring a stupid Legends night with bad booking. Probably 2 million views. No, I don't think so. Not 2 million. I mean, like, to me, I still think that at the end of the day, I think Rampage is in a bad time slot. Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. I don't know. That feels like a bad time slot to me. I don't know if it is or not, but it doesn't seem good. And Dynamite did not do good during that time slot. But Dynamite was also 2 hours long, so they do have that 1 hour stuff going for them. You're thinking closer to 4? No way, dude. No way. I would be surprised. Like, if I had to take a real guess, I would say it's probably going to be between 1 million and 1.5 million. That'd be my guess. But honestly, I think it'll be close to 1. If they do anything over that, like, props. Like, that's insane. Absolutely insane. AEW is subtly exposing WWE with their use of ex-WWE talent. They're showing everyone what they can showcase talent and their fullest extent. Yeah, that's one of the things that, like, it kind of frustrates me sometimes when you see people who are like, oh, this guy got released, where it's like, take Miro, for example. A lot of people are like, who cares that Rusev got released? Like, that guy wasn't doing anything. His wife was getting screwed by Bobby Lashley. Like, have him. And you have these people who think that these people aren't talented just because of their bad booking, when in case it's just bad booking. And the biggest example of all of that, like, in recent, if you don't even want to look into it too deep, look at Everrise and look at 2.0. Look at the difference. Everrise was drinking coffee, telling jokes on NXT, and in AEW, they've been there for 2 or 3 weeks now. They are beating up Sting, Darby Allin, Jon Moxley, and Eddie Kingston. Look at the program that they're involved with. I mean, if that doesn't tell you everything that you need to know, like, it's always presentation. Always. Elvis says, I went to WWE Payback in Chicago back in 2013, and I remember watching Chris Jericho versus Punk. It was great. I need to see Punk wrestle live again one day. Well, now you will be able to. You will be able to. He will be at AEW. Seems like full time as well, which is extremely exciting, man. Like, there's like nothing else to talk about this show other than Punk being back and just how crazy it is. KFC says 2.0 are not booked perfectly. They are generic. I hope WWE dies and AEW buys it. I mean, I don't think anyone's really booked perfectly. Maybe Miro. No, I wouldn't even say Miro, because there's a lot of fault in a champion just challenging people all the time, but I don't mind it. But yeah, not perfect. I like 2.0 and what they're doing though. I don't want WWE to die. Not by any means. I just want them to do better. That's all. There's been a couple of times where I'm like, the day's come, right? Like, they have to, right? They have to fix all these problems. And they just don't, I thought that fans returning would be a huge factor and them not doing rematches and all of that stuff. But like, literally the last 4 weeks of Raw and SmackDown have been the same show. Every single week. It's the same show. It's just some form of the same matches, some variant of it every single time. And, I was like, okay, maybe they're going to run the Royal Rumble and they'll do WrestleMania and then, they'll do it. No. Maybe Money in the Bank. No. Maybe when CM Punk debuts in AEW. Probably not. I figured when they went head to head with NXT and Dynamite pretty much smoked them every week, I thought that would be a change as well. And it did change, but not for the better, I guess, because I don't know if NXT's in a good place right now. I mean, I guess we'll see after Sunday. Only time will tell for NXT, because I still do have faith in WWE NXT, but main roster, I don't. Why is Daniel Bryan trending? Huh. Facts, Christian. Hopefully we get a Punk heel turn before he hangs up the boots. I'm very curious to see what he's going to do there. Very curious. What was the last WWE event I attended live? It was NXT Takeover Portland. It was right before the pandemic happened. Right before the pandemic. It was a really good show as well. It was a really good show, but that was the last WWE event I went to. Other than that, maybe the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble where Seth and Becky won. That was probably the last one that I went to as well. Because Raw and SmackDown has kind of come here, but even like a $30 ticket just really isn't. Like, I don't even want to watch the show for free, let alone pay and drive to watch it. So you were surprised to hear Cult of Personality? You were singing along? I think they nailed it. I think they did everything perfect. Everything was so great tonight. I loved it. Punk said it best tonight with the distinction between professional wrestling and sports entertainment. Two sides of the same coin. Yep. Yeah, I want to go back and watch CM Punk's debut again. Because it was just an overload. Like, especially with doing the watch along. So like, we were doing a watch along of SmackDown and Rampage, and I didn't cover SmackDown, but I did Rampage, and so like trying to take screenshots and like talk to chat and do all that stuff, it was kind of an overload. But I really want to watch it and just kind of like soak it in and just enjoy it, because I still can't, even being prepared for it, like it's still crazy. It's still crazy. It doesn't feel real. I can't, like, could you imagine if this was kept like a complete secret and no one ever knew? Like, there were no hints, there was nothing. It just happened. Dude, oh my God, that would have been crazy. You doubt they could get anyone to boo Punk at this point? AEW is pretty good at booking. And I think that, like, I think most of the time crowds will participate if it's relevant, you know, like if they enjoy. Most people probably, I mean, 99% of the people are enjoying what Roman Reigns is doing, but they still continue to boo him because they just, you know, they're just doing what they should be doing. So I think it could work. Creative's lazy, to say the least, man. Yeah. I don't understand how like these people make so much money and there's an actual creative team that they pay, a creative team, multiple people that they pay, and this is what they produce. I don't get it. Apparently they're trying to go back to 2015 NXT. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, it could be a good thing overall. It could be a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know what that means for people like Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Like, what are those guys going to do? Adam Cole. What do you think WWE is going to bring back or acquire now? I don't think they're going to do anything. Maybe they do believe that the AEW is not competition. They seem to think that they're doing their own thing. And I mean, they kind of are, but I don't know. I believe that AEW is competition. I think that they're competition. I think that WWE just so badly doesn't want to be professional wrestling that they pretend that they're like in some whole other realm. Like that media call, Nick Khan was saying that they compete with sleep. And that's what Netflix says. Netflix, they say that their competition is sleep, because if you're sleeping, you're not watching Netflix. And that's not necessarily the case for WWE. Like, I don't know that many people. Actually, I don't even know anyone really who sits there and just watches WWE Network or Peacock all the time. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But they're trying. They're certainly trying. Even if WWE were to suddenly get better, I probably wouldn't view it the same way I used to before, because I completely gave up on it when Bray Wyatt got released. I mean, if it changes, I'm sure I could get into it. I'm not expecting them to. I'm not like holding out hopes that it's going to happen, but if it does, it does. I want them to succeed. That's, you know, it would be amazing to have. I mean, I guess you can have like great professional wrestling on every day of the week, depending on what shows you want. But for me, if I were to watch TV shows, they'd be WWE and AEW and maybe Impact. So like you can have Raw on Monday, NXT on Tuesday, Dynamite on Wednesday, Impact on Thursday, SmackDown and Rampage on Friday. I'm still not a Dark Elevation person. That show really doesn't interest me at all. but I would love for Raw and SmackDown to be great, or even just be good. Honestly, a lot of people say that SmackDown's good, but it's not for me, man. Like, I can't get into it because I can see how people think that it's good. Maybe their memory just isn't that great, or maybe they just don't care. But to me, watching the same thing for 4 weeks in a row, it just doesn't make sense. It's just a waste of my time. Like, why am I watching the Usos and the Mysterios do the same exact match with the same exact finish for 6 weeks? And then I have to pay to watch it on a pay-per-view? Bro, get the hell out of here. There's no way. SummerSlam this year is very unpredictable. You think so? I think it's really predictable. Speaking of that, that feeling when you hire writers that don't know anything about wrestling for a wrestling show, that's crazy, isn't it? That blows me away that they do that. They hire people who like don't know about wrestling or aren't interested in wrestling or whatever it is. Like, that's crazy. Here are my SummerSlam predictions if you guys want to check those out. I did those the other day. I have NXT TakeOver predictions up there as well. Christian Phelps with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. I got that money. Yeah, baby, I got that money. Let's go. Christian is going. Oh, I almost did the wrong one. To the moon. Thank you so much, my friend. I don't have the woo set up on my soundboard. I apologize. But infinite woos for you, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, oops. Okay, we're good. I thought I pushed the wrong button. Alex with a $5 super sticker, I believe. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. You guys are the best. Let me get this right here for you. Alex is headed to the moon. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. You guys are the best. And we're going to be here a lot this week, dude. There's going to be a lot of authors of wrestling content this week. Whew, to say the least, man. There's a lot of stuff coming up. Leroy says WWE basically confirmed that Roman Reigns is retaining tomorrow. Yeah, with the whole like him leaving WWE. There's no way, dude. There's no way. It would be like maybe if he said leave SmackDown and then they put him on Raw. I could definitely see that, but yeah, there's no way. I didn't even think there was a possibility that they would take it off of Roman to put it on John Cena anyways. There's no way. DNM says, who do you think will beat Young Bucks for those tag titles? I don't know, man. Seeming like maybe Jurassic Express, but you know, I think Lucha Bros would be good. Originally what I had wanted to see was Andrade with the Triple Mega World Championship, whatever it's called officially, because the Lucha Bros are their AAA tag champs. So I would love to see all three of them have gold. Because I'm still, I haven't done all out predictions yet. I will do them when we have like an actual official match card. But I think that we have this Andrade versus Pac match, and I think that at the end of it or during it, whatever happens, I think Lucha Bros are going to turn on Pac, and I think that they're going to join forces with Andrade. So that would have been a really cool thing to see, to have all of those guys with championships. I thought that'd be fun, but that didn't happen. So I don't know. Wally says, I still got some hope since there was reports of things getting better after SummerSlam, but then again, we've heard those things every year. Yeah, man, I've heard that things are going to get better a million times. It was when fans come back. It was when the Thunderdome was there. It was the Royal Rumble. It was WrestleMania. It was Money in the Bank. And it's just like, I'm out, bro. I am out, bro. And you know, there's a media call going on right now. I wish I knew how to get in on that. There's a digital media call, and I'm pretty sure Punk is on it. Sean Rossap said CM Punk says a lot of time in talks with AEW, they said the same thing at the same time. Said wrestling doesn't need to be as hard as people pretend it needs to be. You don't need 16 cooks in the kitchen. Ding. That is correct. You don't. And I think that's one of the main reasons why WWE is having the problems that it's having. He also says Punk says AEW lets people learn from their mistakes, and a generation of wrestlers had been told prior that if they messed up, they were fired. Interesting. Since they said that, I wonder what this whole situation is with Max Caster. I don't know if I really want to talk about it yet, because I kind of want to see what's going on. But there's a conversation to be had there about Max Caster and what's going on and all of that other stuff. Punk said he's been talking to Tony Khan for about a year and a half about coming to AEW. Punk doesn't want to disclose how long his deal is, and Tony Khan agrees. Khan says it isn't short-term or part-time. That's good to know. That's good to know. I think that's pretty much all that has happened right now. Yeah, that's all that's came through so far. Vane says, I gotta watch All Out for free. Nice, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. It should be a good show. I'm really excited. Really excited. Andrade vs. Pac will be a banger. It will 100% be a banger. Why you can't see any CM Punk comments? It was on Twitter. There's a digital media scrum going on right now for AEW for people who have media credentials, and people are able to ask questions and stuff like that. And Tony Khan's on there with CM Punk. I mean, that was another thing that told you right then and there of what was going down. They don't have media scrums for the TV shows. It's only for the pay-per-views. So obviously there was a huge thing going down. DNM says, I can imagine the crowd chanting to Darby Allin, Punk is going to kill you. My camera just turned off again. Bro, what is going on? I have to fix this before tomorrow, dude. Like, how am I supposed to watch like 4 hours worth of SummerSlam and do a post show if this thing keeps turning off? All right, I'm gonna leave it off for just a minute, and I'll turn it back on. I got like 20 more minutes to be here. Who's getting some ice cream bars? I know I am. Yeah, free ice cream for everyone tonight in the building. He did say that was his idea. That was something that was on this media scrum as well. Punk says AEW let's. Oh wait, sorry, that's not it. CM Punk says the ice cream bars were his idea. Said John Lester opening a tab at Chicago bars when he left the city to thank fans was an inspiration. A couple other things that popped up as well that I'll read to you right here. These are from Sean Ross Sapp. Again, this is from the digital media scrum that's going on right now with Tony Khan and CM Punk. Punk puts over Britt Baker big, says she's a great example of how to get talent over. CM Punk says Tony Khan had the idea to do a program with Darby Allin. Punk says if he were a teenager, Darby would be his favorite wrestler. He doesn't want to take Darby's suicide dive. Man, I wouldn't want to take that coffin drop. That is a brutal one. A brutal one. Tony Khan indicates that there wasn't really a consideration to bring back Punk without fans. This gave them a lot of time to talk. CM Punk says AEW didn't have to prove anything to him. It was more about him being open to it. He wanted to dip his toes in with WWE backstage. He blames Renee Paquette for him returning to wrestling because she encouraged him to do backstage. There you go. You want Jericho versus Punk feud? I'm sure you'll see it, man. I'm sure you'll see it. They said that he is not a part-timer and he's going to be there for a while. So, you know, who goes over in a CM Punk and Darby Allin match? It's obviously Punk, right? And Darby just puts up a really good fight. I mean, that's pretty much the moral of the story for Darby Allin, right? Is that he just gets his ass whooped all the time and manages to survive, I guess. That works for me. My dream match from the Forbidden Door versus Punk? Man, I don't know. That's a lot of options. I don't know. There's a lot of dream matches. There's a lot of Forbidden Door stuff that I want to see. It's a hard one to pick. It is. I mean, I think it's Punk for sure because it just makes sense to have Punk go over. AJ Styles versus Punk. How's it going, Clayton? How you doing, my friend? My my camera turned off for a moment. But we have a Messiah here, a disciple here. We got Clayton. Thank you for being a member, my friend. I always appreciate you. Let me give you some money. And I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't have any woos at the moment, but a million woos for you. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Kenny Omega versus CM Punk. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. Cena versus Punk again. Could you imagine? Punk versus Kingston promo battles. Ooh, yeah, dude, that would be good. That would be really, really, really good. I would love to see that. You sold me. You sold me on that alone. All right, let's see if this will work. We back? We're back. There we go. Temporarily. I got to figure out that setting to disable that. Okay, bro. I didn't see AEW. I saw WWE. No worries, my friend. No worries. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. What if Roman loses and he is all elite? He's jumping on the bandwagon. This man said Dean Ambrose didn't have what it takes to be the man here. So I'm the man here. And I see that he's the man over there at AEW. So I'm going to lose my job. And then I'm going to go be the man at AEW too. I'm going to take that top spot. Omega versus Punk should be Omega's first feud after he loses the title. Yeah, I'm down for that. Down for that. Seems like maybe Paige will be next up. Maybe. I don't know how much time he's taking off. I'm not really sure what to expect from that. Did you see what Nick Khan said about the looking at other companies? No, I didn't. I saw that they were open for business in terms of selling and they weren't actively trying to sell, but I don't know. Sean Rossap says CM Punk was not hidden backstage tonight at Rampage. He was backstage socializing with the roster before the show. He also said that the roster and people around AEW not saying anything about Brody Lee's illness before his passing made a big impression on him. Yeah, I mean, that was amazing. Punk and Tony Khan laughed and said this was the worst kept secret of all time. Punk told his wife and just told other people he couldn't talk about it. That's funny. You want to tell me something? What is it? I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. It's 2021 and John Cena, Edge, Christian, and CM Punk are all active wrestlers. It's a crazy time to be alive, isn't it? What a week to be a wrestling fan. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. And this is just day one of the weekend. We still have SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver 36. Basili says, wait until Bray Wyatt gets to AEW and challenges CM Punk. Yes, I hope that Windham Rotunda does show up in AEW, man. That's like the last link that I need. It's the last one. SummerSlam and TakeOver. Yep. Yeah, and so if you weren't here for the watch-alongs, they're going to be doing those again tomorrow. So we'll be, I will be live on my gaming channel, youtube.com/Phantom Spec. I'll post the link in the chat towards the end of the show tonight. I'll be live on there, but we'll be doing a watch along of SummerSlam, just kind of hanging out, chatting, enjoying the show, doing what we do best. And then afterwards, there will be a SummerSlam a SummerSlam post show here on the Authors Wrestling channel. And then on Sunday, we will have an NXT TakeOver 36 watch along party as well on the gaming channel. And then on Sunday, right afterwards, we will be right back here for a post show. Lots of content. This is like the most content I think I've ever done in my life. In such a short period of time. It's crazy. Edwin says Adam Cole to AEW. I would love to see Adam Cole go to AEW. I would love it. I would love him more than anything. I think Adam Cole is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Him, AJ Styles, and Daniel Bryan are like unrivaled, in my opinion, honestly. Elvis says my predictions for TakeOver 36 are Ilya, Cross, Kai, Grimes, and O'Reilly. Nice picks. Eon says that's going to be it for me. AEW been here for 4 hours. Need some rest. Hey, man, that's crazy. Thank you so much, man. Eon, for your support. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, it's crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. Clayton says, could you imagine? Oh, Sorry, I didn't read the rest of that. See you tomorrow for SummerSlam watch along at Phantom Spec channel. Yep. Yeah, I'll try to get everything scheduled tonight. I have some other stuff I need to work on, but I'll try and get everything scheduled so that it's kind of clear where everything is and what time everything's going down. Your heart is full. Yeah, CM Punk is back. Let's go, CM Punk. Paul still argues Vince to improve the product in AEW's competition. Was that said at some point? I know that Triple H did some sort of like developmental thing, but I'm not quite sure what was said about it. I think they signed like 13 to 16 wrestlers as well or something like that. Basili says WWE, it was a good run, almost 85 years of beating all the competition out of business. This time AEW is the one to dethrone the empire known as WWE. I don't think that anyone needs to be like dethroned, really. I want everyone to succeed. And you know, like even at the beginning of AEW, I think that's what it was all about, at least for me, was like if you're a fan of professional wrestling, like you should be happy that more people are able to do what they love, right, and get paid for it. More, you know, if wrestling is thriving and there's more promotions and there's more TV deals and like more TV shows and like everything's like everyone can eat. So it's really cool to see that AEW was able to accomplish something like that. And like they're actually like big leagues. You know, like a lot of people didn't think that this was even possible. They didn't even think it was possible. And here it is happening right before us. And they continue to prove us wrong over and over and over again. Or not us, but everyone else. They continue to prove them wrong. You know, they didn't think that they could sell out the stadium, the Sears Center. They did. They didn't think they could do it again. They did. They didn't think that they could create a successful company. They did. They're number 2. They're number 2, easily, in terms of popularity. And I don't know, maybe you could argue that New Japan is, maybe, I don't know. New Japan is not something that I watch regularly, but in my eyes, they're number 2. They're number 2, and they're number 1 in terms of enjoyment for TV shows. So they're just consistently proving people wrong. People thought that CM Punk would never step in a ring again, and here he is tonight. It's crazy. Surprisingly, this thing wasn't Watch Money Heist. Okay. Yeah, I think I read them both, right? About Triple H. So tomorrow for SummerSlam watch along Phantom Spec. Yes, correct. Correct. I understand why CM Punk is all elite. He did it all in WWE. And I mean, there's no reason to go back to someone who treated you that way, in my opinion. So I think this was an obvious choice for a lot of people. And you know, at the end of the day, I just want to see people do what they love and get paid for it and enjoy it. Like that's it. You know, there a lot of the times I've experienced this as well, like with starting my own business and stuff. Like there's a lot of things that you do that you just enjoy in your free time, you know, like you can take playing games, for instance, right? you could a normal person, you could play games till you die. You could play games for 10 hours a day. But if you're a streamer, maybe you don't want to play games for 6 hours a day, and it turns into a business. And when you start taking things too seriously or things get too crazy, you know, it gets ruined. So I can see how, you know, there would be problems and all of that. And Punk took his time, and now he's in AEW, and it seems like they're not running such a tight ship there, which makes things a lot better. You know, if you have a schedule and they're like, no, you're working Monday through Friday, like period, you can't have a vacation. You can't take the time off. To being like, hey, yeah, if you need to take a month off, like go ahead, you know, take time off, relax, get back together, and then bam, when you come back, we'll be at 100%. We'll be ready to go. And that's how it should be. I don't think anyone should take everything that they do super seriously. I think everyone should just be able to enjoy what they're doing, because when you enjoy what you're doing, you put out the best products that you possibly can. And you can witness this through plenty of ways, like with WWE commentary, where they're just so robotic. Whereas you throw Pat McAfee on there, him and Michael Cole are killing it on commentary. And Michael Cole was one of the worst offenders of being robotic. You know? I didn't see it. If you can, type it again. If you can. You may have explained this earlier, but if you or someone can explain the ice cream reference to me, he just gave everyone free ice cream at the arena. Did you watch the wrestling TV series called Heels? No, I haven't checked it out yet. I've heard great things about it though. I'm a huge fan of Stephen Amell, so I definitely want to check it out. You don't have to start spamming. I just didn't see it. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it. Did you see the Braun Strowman 14 days post? No, I didn't actually. It'll be interesting to see what he ends up doing after that. What he ends up doing. I could certainly see him going back to WWE. Because he, the wrestling wasn't his thing. He kind of got pulled into this. So I could certainly see him coming back. I'm on the lookout for it, man. Whenever you post it, I'm watching. Molly says, I think a lot of people think we don't like WWE or don't want them to succeed. It's that we don't like that they are producing and want them to be close to what they were in the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all I want. I want them to do better. And it's, for me, like, it's a disappointment of looking at it and being like, I mean, it's the classic scenario, right, where you're like a parent and you're like, you just paid $80,000 or $100,000 for your kid to go to school to be a doctor, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know what, I don't want to be a doctor anymore. I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna paint or like do TikTok or something. And it's like, and I'm not saying that I'm saying that they're bad at these things. There's no future in this scenario. So like, you're like, damn, bro, like you could be here, but you're here just because you want to. And like WWE has one of the best, I mean, I don't even know if that's the case these days, but WWE has or had one of the best rosters ever, in my opinion. And the booking just kind of killed it. And they released so many of them. And it's just, even looking at the people that are on the shows or the people that aren't on the shows. And it's like, man, you guys just come up with something. Please. Like, you could be doing so much better. Just put a little bit of time and effort, because these shows feel like they were just put in like 5 seconds, 5 minutes before the show went on the air. They're like, oh, wait a minute, it's Monday? Raw's on? Why didn't anyone tell me the Raw was on? I guess we'll just make last week's show again, and we'll just do a couple variants of it. We'll just change things up a little bit. Okay. Vance says, every other creative aside, Paul Heyman said to Vince that AEW is going downhill and CM Punk is an asshole and will more ruin the company. That's crazy. Who said that? That's a rumor going around? Yeah, man, I have some feelings about Paul Heyman. Some positive, some negative. I don't really know what to think or do with him. You have a challenge for me? What's up? Warrior says, after pretty much a decade, Punk finally got his ice cream bars and they were free. This definitely has to make AEW an 11 out of 10 company. That's awesome. That's news? Oh, I haven't seen it today. I'll have to check out. I'll have to look later. So is that ice cream thing from something when I wasn't watching? I'm assuming. Basili says, I don't know why, but ICC and Punk's first feud will be with Hangman. It's going to be with Darby Allin. Can I imagine Jade Cargill and Thunder Rosa feuding? I don't know. Like, I'm not too sure what to expect from Jade Cargill. Like, she seems talented from, the couple matches that I've seen, but it seems like she's just squashing people lately, and I don't really know where it's headed. Vince says Paul argues Vince to improve the product and doesn't listen to the creatives, and Vince won't listen. Yeah, I mean, but even if that's the case, like, what's the point of having them? Like, and okay, I'm gonna say this and then I gotta wrap it up. But to me, like, you can look at it two different ways. You can look at it as Vince looks at creative and doesn't like it, and he rips it up and does whatever he wants, which is mostly the case. I think that's what most of us have heard. At the same time, I feel like a good creative team that their job is just to sit there and create. I feel like they should be able to create something that would be entertaining for fans and that would get the interest of Vince McMahon. So I kind of like, I always have that constant battle of like, you know, I feel like they should be able to do both. If it's your only job and that's all you're doing, you should be able to figure it out. Clayton says, I dare you to watch all of next week WWE and see if they improve from SummerSlam or still the same. That is not a challenge I'm ready to accept. I don't know. You know, I really enjoyed doing the watch alongs today. I wouldn't Raw probably not, because we'll probably return to AEW Underground here pretty soon, but maybe SmackDown. Maybe I don't like doing the AEW ones, but maybe a SmackDown watch along or something, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Imagine if Bray Wyatt joins NXT and faces Joe for the NXT Championship. That'd be crazy. I think that Bray should just kind of branch out on his own now that he's free. That guy's extremely creative. He, in my opinion, he's not limited to wrestling only. I think that he could maybe make a horror movie or do voiceovers or like work on some creative kind of stuff, like making a story or whatever it is. Like that guy's crazy talented. I'm a huge fan of Bray Wyatt, or Wyndham Rotunda, whatever you want to call him. Van says, okay, OW, you didn't get Hangman, but you did get CM Punk. You feel good for buying all our tickets? Yeah, of course. Of course. I was joking with it. That was kind of funny when I made the post about booing Christian and everyone got mad about it. It was just a joke because I literally, the reason why my fiance and I are like really going to All Out is because we wanted to watch, or because I wanted to watch Hangman win the championship. And if he's going to get it at Revolution or Full Gear, that sucks because I don't want to fly to St. Louis because it's long and there's layovers. And I hate traveling as it is. I hate it so much. So I didn't even want to like fly to Chicago. So that was kind of like the thing to get me there. But we got screwed in our layovers on our trip to Florida, and I just don't ever want to experience that again because it almost killed me. I swear to God, I was so pissed. You should do something in AEW Underground where you send Humberto Carrillo to jail for his crimes, like breaking Sheamus Fella's nose. We could, but you know, Humberto is paired up with Ribby, and everyone loves Ribby and rotten meat, so he gets a pass for right now. For right now. Who's my favorite wrestler in WWE and AEW? Andrade, Miro, probably in AEW. WWE, man. AJ Styles, probably. AJ Styles, Adam Cole. Probably someone else that I'm missing. I like Matt Riddle, but I wouldn't say he's one of my favorites, I don't think. Did I hear about the ice cream bars? Yeah, they did it on TV. Bisley says, yeah, apparently on Raw, I saw a clip that Gold is about to bury Bobby Lashley and become the new WWE champion. I don't see that happening. Don't forget, AJ Styles still got a title shot left for the WWE championship. Does he? I don't know. DNM says, am I the only one thinking that AEW should start with how WrestleMania will be doing with NFL stadiums all the time? I don't know, man. I don't know if they should start selling out bigger places. I guess only time will tell in that situation. It's 2021 and we have Edge versus Rollins, Punk returns Roman champion, and we have Big E of Money in the Bank. Yeah, Big E for Money in the Bank is crazy still. I hope they do well by him. I hope they do. He beat Randy Orton in a champion versus champion, man, in AEW Underground. That was still a really crazy moment. I can't believe, like, honestly, I think I've said this a couple times, but for AEW Underground, like, I just expected it to be a one-off. Like, I really didn't think that people would show up for it, and I wasn't really sure that it would be entertaining, but it turned out to be like super fun and really entertaining, and like the Money in the Bank stuff was just incredible. Like it's crazy how much fun watching a video game is. Because like I'm not playing it either. I'm just watching it too. So it's just crazy. You wonder if anyone from WWE is gonna have a reaction? I'm sure there already is some. I'm sure there are. You think we're gonna get AJ Lee in AEW? I have no clue, dude. I have no clue. No clue. They're making great moves though. They're making great moves. I'm very, very happy about it. Traveling now is the worst. I'm on vacation right now. I come home tomorrow, but I'm in Hawaii, and getting to Hawaii and just traveling. Oh, nice. Hope you're having fun in Hawaii. Yeah, traveling sucks. I don't know how long the flight is to Hawaii, but when we flew from Portland to Jacksonville, we had to stop in we had to stop in Charlotte. And we were flying for not flying, but the whole entire trip was 14 hours, I think. And in the airport, you're not allowed to take a mask off ever. So if you're eating, you have to do it underneath. And if you're drinking, you got to do it underneath your mask. You can't take it off. Rest of us congratulated CM Punk. Awesome. Okay, I think that's gonna do it for me though. We pretty much just talked about CM Punk and hung out for an hour, which is great actually. I had a lot of fun. All right, let me get this stuff out of the way here so that everyone can be ready for tomorrow, because there's a lot of stuff coming up, man. A lot of stuff. Okay, so tomorrow, same song and dance. All right, I will be live on YouTube for a SummerSlam watch along. All right, SummerSlam watch along. Probably not the pre-show. Not the pre-show. It'll be for the official show only, but I'll be live for a watch along for that whole thing. You can catch me youtube.com/Phantom Spec. You can see that link in the chat there. I'm also going to be doing a watch along for NXT TakeOver 36, which will be on the Phantom Spec channel as well. So make sure to tune in for that if that's something that you want to watch. And then after both shows, so after SummerSlam, give me about 10 minutes or so, and I will be live right here. I guess I don't need to link you to this because that's where we are. So SummerSlam post show will be here, youtube.com/authors of wrestling. And same thing for the NXT TakeOver 36 show. I'll be here for all of those. Let me read a couple of these as I go off here. Let me see. Clayton says, by the way, things are going. WWE is getting the females back and getting the males. Yeah, I'm curious to see what WWE's female stuff is going on. It's pretty weak over there at the moment. AJ Lee didn't leave on bad terms. I mean, if I'm a wrestler, I want to be in AEW right now. It's like the hot place to be. So I wouldn't be surprised if more people jump ship. What's really going to be interesting about all of this is not people jumping ship from WWE to AEW. What's interesting is going to be seeing people from AEW jump ship to WWE. So imagine a year from now or 2 years from now, and Darby Allin is pissed because his booking is not good and he hasn't gotten the push that he deserved, and Darby Allin leaves for WWE. How crazy would that shit be? That's the kind of stuff that I'm waiting for to happen, to see who's unhappy there and who switches over, and how do you take someone from the AEW company and put them in WWE, and how do you make that work? So that's something that interests me. Be rare for someone leaving AEW for WWE. I mean, it's bound to happen at some point. I mean, that's just the way the business works, is that at some point you're going to piss off someone, or someone's going to be unhappy about something. So we'll see. We shall see. Van says, entertainment wise, AEW was on top. I couldn't agree more, man. I really enjoy AEW shows. What if Tony Khan goes to WWE? He is. Tony Khan is in WWE. He's in the NXT brand, the developmental brand. And he goes by the alias of Robert Stone. Robert Stone. So, all right. I actually don't have my end screen on here. It's still on my other computer, unfortunately. So we're just going to close out of here. There's not going to be anything else. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you for the memberships. I greatly appreciate it. And more importantly, thank you for your time. Thank you everyone that hung out with me today. I've been live for 4 hours now straight. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. And we'll be here again tomorrow to do the same thing for Saturday and Sunday. So thank you guys so much. And I will see you all tomorrow for SummerSlam. Have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all then. Peace.